Hey guys, how are you? I'm good. So today's very exciting because I'm opening my very first Yeezys. I am not the typical Yeezy customer, I feel, but I believe in a good product and this spoke to me, so hence why I got them. I'm gonna show you my initial reaction, my first impressions, the tea on the sizing, and I guess just like generally how I feel about this in person. So if you're interested in any of those things, keep watching. And also, if you enjoy this video, please consider liking, subscribing. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so anything helps. Otherwise, let's go. So before I show them, I'm going to tell you how I got them in case you're not familiar with how to get Yeezys. Well, I got them personally at Adidas's site. You can get them from Yeezy's own website, Yeezy Supply. They do drops, so you have to be there at the time it drops, well, earlier. And they also have other retailers. They do raffles with other like authorized sellers, I guess. I looked up like strategies to get this first. So I heard that you want to be at the site like 15 minutes before. So I did that. I believe these dropped at these dropped at 8:30 a.m. at Adidas in Canada. So I was awake by 8 o'clock, and then I think around 8:15 the website, the landing page for it like updated, and it said that they were like preparing, and then there was like a little refreshing thing, but do not refresh it, like the little circle going in, whatever. And then I think 8:30 it changed into you are in line or something like that, and I was like, oh my gosh. Also, the other tip that I got was to have different browsers open, so you have different spots in the line essentially, except don't do too many because then you get banned. Like on the Yeezy Supply site, I was banned even though I totally forgot about it, so I don't really know how that works. So anyway, I had so ridiculous, but I was just like, let me just be extra about it. So I had my MacBook, iPad, and my iPhone open, and then on my MacBook I had Chrome and Safari open, and one of those worked out. Like within, I want to say like 8:35, 8:40, it was my time to buy. There was also a ding. It was like a big ding, which is like was really jarring because I wasn't expecting it. Especially like at 8 in the morning, I was like tired. So I ended up getting two pairs. I got the color Bone, but they pulled the Bone just like maybe a few days before the launch. So, and that this was the color I really wanted. So I was just like, well, that's really frustrating. So I wasn't expecting it to be there. So it's kind of like a surprise drop. Or I was just kind of like, just kidding. And then just kidding, we changed our mind again. It's gonna be available. Yeah, so I got that color. And then I also got the core, which is like a medium brown. I'm gonna show you in a second. Also, shipping was pretty quick. These came out on September 4th. I believe that was like Thursday or Friday. But then like they estimated it to be here by Tuesday, which would have been super quick, but that didn't happen. They arrived on Thursday, and actually, I'm filming this like 2 days later, so this has just been in the box since then because I wanted to do this in front of you guys. But yeah, shipping's pretty great with Adidas. Okay, so the boxes to me are quite. Oh my god, this is so cool. I was gonna say they're kind of really boring, and they are, but like, I'm just like realizing now that I have like my first Yeezys in my hands. Yeah, so it's just a standard brown box, but on the top it says Slide. And then on the side here, Yeezy, made by Adidas. Oh, I should open this in front of you. So it opens on the side. There's a little pull here. I don't even, okay, actually, which color is this? This is Bone, you guys. Okay, I'm trying to open this, but I'm ruining the box. I'm not even seeing this. Just standard tissue paper. It's like a beige tissue paper, a little olivey green undertone to it. The tag is on the side. This is the tag. Yeezy Slides, size 10, da 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 da. This is so cool. Okay, so, okay, I see it. So, there's the Bone. This is cool. So this is the Bone color. So in person, it looks like actually like tissue paper. Actually, it's like an off-white cream beige, like a warm tone to it. So now we're gonna open the color core. I believe this is the new colorway. They've restocked this 3 times now. It actually first dropped, you guys, in December last year, like in the middle of winter. Like, it's a little unusual, but you know, Kanye does whatever he wants. Yeah, again, it just says slide. It's the same thing. Where does it say core? Core. It's a little hard to open. Also, you guys, this like thing came inside it. I feel like that also made it hard to open this. And I just opened it. So this is the color core. It's like a light, like a medium brown, I would say. It's like darker in person. I don't know if you can, like, I feel like that's more accurate than like the sun hitting it. So here are the 2 colorways that I got. Again, the one at the top is called Bone and the one in the bottom is called Core. So let's talk about the design. So it's obviously very, very minimalist, but quite bold at the same time. The biggest thing probably that you can see are the ridges here, the grooves. They look like teeth. And then this hump here, it's quite, again, thick and large. So it's making a big statement, but at the same time, it's also like a quiet shoe, if that makes sense. There's also this like ridging over here on the back of the foot. And then also I noticed that at the bottom of the foot is a little hole here. I feel like they probably maybe filled the shoe through here, or I don't know, and then they tried to fill the hole, but it just leaves a little dimple. Adidas logo on the ball of the foot. And then inside it says, you can't really see it here, it says Yeezy 10 US made in China. And then the little sticker of it, again, like my sizing. Hopefully you can see that. Now my initial reaction to this is that, well, first off, I have Yeezys in my hand. That's really cool and quite an achievement. And I thought they'd be a lot chunkier in person, but they're like a medium amount of like chunkiness, so it's not too intimidating. Okay, so I grabbed my Birkenstocks just for comparison. So it is a bit thicker than a Birkenstock, as you can see here, but they're quite similar. So if you love a Birkenstock, you would, I guess, like this, the thickness of it. Also, this is made with a material called EVA foam, which stands for ethylene vinyl acetate, which nobody on YouTube seems to be looking up, but I did. So you should subscribe because I will find you the information that nobody else seems to be getting. But I did do a quick search of it, and they do use it for slides and slippers, but also as an alternative, a cheaper alternative to rubber, floating devices. And also fun enough, like cosplayers use this to design costumes, I guess. Now let's talk about the design. Generally for me, I like it. I think it's doing something different. It reminds me more of like a Japanese minimalist design. I'm thinking of like Muji and their house slippers. Or if a designer like, I don't know, like Rick Owens or even Alexander McQueen were to come out with a slipper, this is exactly what they would come up with. It's like really structural, again, minimalist, and maybe even like cerebral. And those aren't necessarily like philosophies or references I would traditionally associate with a sneaker brand. And I think that's great because what Yeezy is doing is it's pushing and expanding what it means to be a sneaker brand. And I think that's where the debate and like strong conversations about whether this is a good design or not, because it's not trying to appeal to like the traditional sensibilities of what we expect from a sneaker brand or a slide, which is really interesting because this shoe is such a minimalist design, but it's like eliciting so much reaction from customers. Like, you guys, this is just a slide. It's not that deep, but somehow it is because it's starting so many conversations, and I think that's a sign of a good design. Anyway, moving on to the next thing, let's talk about prices of these. So these retail for $70 Canadian each. I looked up the pricing for slides because I typically do not wear slides other than my Birkenstock. Is that a slide? I'm not sure. But Adidas, their cheapest one is like $45. And then they have, I think, one with Boost in it for $75. And then there's like a Pharrell collaboration one for $175, which is just like, buy a sneaker, what's happening? So this falls like in the middle. So I think that's reasonable, especially for the fact that it's the Yeezy brand. So I watched and read a lot about these slides, and most people recommended when it comes to sizing to size up. And actually, even when I was checking out to select my sizes, there was a note in the bottom to size up. I originally was just gonna get my regular size because I was like, people don't know any better and probably just want to get a bigger size because bigger is better, like whatever. And I wanted to get, I'm pretty true to size when it comes to my feet. But when there was like a note on Adidas itself, I was like, oh, maybe I should probably take that advice. So I did. And since we have my handy dandy Birkenstock here, I'm just gonna do a comparison of the two. So the Birkenstocks themselves are quite chunky of a style. I actually had to size down in these. I'm again usually a size 9, which is a 42, and these are a size 41, which is like an 8, 8.5, I believe. So they're quite chunky. But in comparison to the Yeezy Slides, they actually pale in comparison in terms of thickness. As you can see, the Yeezy Slides are a little bit thicker. Let's see it from the back. Like you can see that these are quite, like I'm trying to line it up with that. You know, they're not as chunky essentially. You can even see that virtually they're not as chunky. I'm actually gonna measure these. I have a measuring tape here. So these, like I said, fit pretty fine. I can't believe I'm touching the bottom of these because they're gross. So this measure from the highest, 11 inches, like about 11 inches. And then the Yeezy Slides, again, these are a size 10 from the top, bottom. So these are about size 11 and a half. So the Yeezy Slides are slightly longer than the Birkenstocks, which again are true to size for me. I'm gonna try them on now, just sitting down, not very elegantly. There you go. This is so cool. They're on my feet. As you can see, it hits me, sorry guys if my socks look dirty. It hits me perfectly on the back, on the bottom. And then at the top, there's all this space. You see that? Anyway, this brings me to my next point, which is to try on the shoes like a normal person. I just realized that I could do this by trying them on while standing up. So here are the slides. I'm gonna try them on. And I apologize if my socks look weird. See, again, they're quite tight. I have to like really push my feet in there. And as you can see from the back, again, it hits me perfectly. Even on the front, there's all this gap and easy. Just kidding, bad joke. Also, I feel really high up the ground because of how thick this is. I guess it's comfy because I can't feel the ground. And this is obviously rubber, so you get a little bit of bounce to it and support. Yeah, so that's what they look like. They're quite tight, you guys. Like on this area, it's really tight. Like it's like a grip on my foot. I feel like they will stretch out, or otherwise I will be losing circulation while I have this on for a long period of time. But yeah, this is what they look like. What do you think? So here they are, full body. Obviously they're quite chunky, so I would probably recommend wearing bigger pants to make it proportionate. I wouldn't be wearing skinny jeans with this. I can't see, but I probably look like a clown. Unless you want to look like a clown, then wear it with skinny jeans. Alright you guys, so that's it for the Yeezy Slides. I hope that this was enjoyable and informative if you were interested in them. Again, I know I'm not the typical YouTuber for this kind of content, but I guess it's like a new take on them. Again, these are my first ones, so really happy to have a unique design and finally my first Yeezys in my collection of shoes. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. And also, I'm going to keep a closer eye on Yeezy, specifically on the foam runners when they restock, because I want those really bad. We're going from a minimalist shoe to a maximalist shoe. And you're going to want to be here when I talk about them because I will have thoughts on them when I get them. Because we need to put that energy out there because these are really hard to get. But yeah, otherwise, you guys, ain't no party like a Jrsparty. Bye.